Okay, Daily Wire reports Vice President Kamala Harris sided Wednesday with dock workers who launched a massive strike this week that threatens to cripple the economy. Harris said, quote, "This strike is about fairness. Foreign-owned shipping companies have made record profits and executive compensation has grown. The longshoremen who play a vital role transporting essential goods across America deserve a fair share of these record profits." Harris also threw in a barb at her opponent, accusing former President Donald Trump of making empty promises to workers and promising that she will have workers' backs and fight for an opportunity economy. Donald Trump, on the other hand, this is her now, wants to pull us back to a time before workers had the freedom to organize. Donald Trump makes empty promises after empty promise to American workers, but never delivers. He thinks our economy should only work for those who own the big skyscrapers, not those who actually build them. The Dock Workers Union has donated more than $1.6 million to Democrats. Union President Harold Daggett endorsed Joe Biden. And Daggett himself made $728,000 last year as union president, plus another $173,000 as president emeritus of the New Jersey local. So he's at about $900,000 this guy's making. Close to $1 million. Okay, so there are, this is, and I mentioned this yesterday, this is starting to look more and more like a setup, this whole dock worker strike thing. I mean, there are two possibilities. And the first possibility is that it's all what it appears to be on the surface. So you have this millionaire union boss living in a mansion with his Bentley, making $900,000 a year, who's now threatening to cause grave harm to American families in order to enrich himself and his friends. Dock workers who were already offered a 50% raise, which is substantial, but they want a 77% raise, I think, in spite of the fact that by global standards, our dock workers are extremely slow and inefficient, mostly because they've rejected all forms of automation. So by global standards, this is a subpar job is being done, and they want a 77% raise as a reward, and they're willing to cripple the economy and harm your family in order to get it. That's what's happening on the surface. If that's what this really is, then it's unjustifiable from a moral perspective to hold the American economy and American families hostage so that you, who's already well paid, can just make more money. Especially as we talked about yesterday, that they don't even really have any examples. They're hardly even claiming that they're being mistreated or anything like that. It's just they just want more money. You know, they just want more. And according to them, they're willing to. They don't care who gets hurt. They'll cause harm to hundreds of millions of people if that's what it takes. They just want more money. And, okay, I mean, if that's the attitude you want to have, but you're definitely not the good guy. Like, you are the bad guy. It's possible this could be a dispute where both sides are bad guys. That happens a lot, but you're definitely a bad guy. The only other thing we heard in terms of specific demands, well, they want a lot more money. We also heard yesterday that they don't feel appreciated. People don't appreciate us. Grow up. Okay? Nobody feels appreciated. Nobody does. No one does. What do you want? You need the whole country to get together and throw you a pizza party? Make a thank you note? How much ass kissing do you grown men require? How much appreciation are you giving to other people who do important jobs? So, that's one possibility, but that's only if it's all legitimate. The other possibility, which to me seems increasingly likely, is that this is being staged to give Kamala a big win heading into the election. It would be a perfect fake story for her, right? I mean, it lines up perfectly. The dock workers are going on strike. The economy is going to be crippled. She's losing the union vote increasingly. So what do you do about that? Well, she takes the dock workers' side, earns points with the unions, brokers a deal that in this scenario is already inevitable. It's already on the table. Like, she's not actually doing anything, but it's all for show. It's a big pageant. And the strike is averted. And now she has saved the economy. She's pandered to the unions, and she can present herself as the ultimate deal maker, undercutting Trump's, big selling point. So that could be what's happening here. And if that is what's happening, we'll know we'll know pretty soon. And if that's the plan, then it's pretty clever. It's devious, dishonest, evil, but it is clever. I guess it's a question of whether Kamala, or at least her handlers, are clever enough to have thought of a plan like that. Am I giving them too much credit by thinking that this might be, that this is all a setup and this is the plan here? I don't know. But as I said, we'll find out. The timing is just, the timing is really convenient. Well, it's either really convenient or really inconvenient for the Democrats. Because if it's not a setup and they actually are going on strike, and the strike lasts till past the election, well, then it is going to cripple the economy. That's obviously going to hurt the incumbent anymore, and Kamala Harris is the incumbent. But these are all Democrats who donate to Democrats, so would they do that right before an election? It's hard to believe. Hey, YouTube, thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like access to my full show with no ads, you should go to dailywire.com and use promo code Walsh to get 2 months free on all annual plans. See you there.